Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Sunday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, guys, once again, we're heading back to the cartoon collection for Wave 25, and this time we'll be reviewing only GRIZZLOR, the hairy henchman of the evil horde. We'll take a look at the figure in the packaging only. Unfortunately, once I get my second version of this amazing GRIZZLOR figure, I will do a full unboxing, so I do hope you will join me for that. But today it's just a review, all right? So we'll take a look at the figure in the packaging, his item he comes with, all right? The beautiful artwork in the back, and of course we will compare this version of GRIZZLOR to some of my other variants of GRIZZLOR we have gotten over the years through Origins and of course Masterverse. Now of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you upload new videos, and please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at GRIZZLOR. All right, and here he is, right here. Okay, all right. Of course, you have the She-Ra 40th anniversary sticker right there. You got the the shot of Hordak right there. Of course, He-Man and the Master of the Universe. You have that beautiful image of the Horde attacking Eternia with the the red and orange smoke right there. The Horde bats right there, or vehicles maybe. All right, GRIZZLOR, the hairy henchman of the evil horde. You have the Filmation style looking Grayskull, of course, and there he is. There's old GRIZZLOR himself right there. Cartoon collection. Got the Mattel logo here. It looks like he's got some sort of mirror. All right, included with him. Got the Horde bat right there. Nice head sculpt right there. Looks good. All right. You turn the packaging in the back right here in the round. All right there. The Princess of Power logo. You got Shadow Weaver. You got GRIZZLOR looking at himself in the mirror. The name, I believe this is a She-Ra episode, which I am currently, guys, trying to find the complete series of She-Ra from the Filmation cartoon. I can't find it anywhere. But I'll keep looking, guys. So apparently this is from the episode He Ain't Heavy. Alright, but looks good. Of course, there he is right there. The moon mirror. He includes the moon mirror right there. And of course, the cross-sell of the other figures in Wave 25. And we did review Fang Man. And coming on Monday, we'll be looking at Orko. Alright. So let's turn him back around. And let's talk about this very interesting version of GRIZZLOR here. Now, it's interesting because we have a hairless GRIZZLOR. Because, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. Because the vintage version of GRIZZLOR had that flocked hair. So it's kind of weird in a way to getting a shaved variant of GRIZZLOR here. But Mattel and the cartoon collection, in Origins, captures him beautifully as his Filmation style look to him. All right? So it's always weird. It's kind of weird. I don't know, maybe because I'm spoiled or something like that. I don't know. Not getting a haired version of GRIZZLOR. All right, a flocked variant with that realistic fur with him. All right, so it's kind of odd with him. No crossbow, no weapons of choice. Now, until I get the entire She-Ra collection again and rewatch those figures, I don't know if GRIZZLOR ever had any type of weapons. To me, it might be like somewhat of the variant of Beastman in a way in the Princess of Power line. So it's very interesting that he does not come with any weapons, no crossbow, anything like that. He comes with a mirror, basically. Now, let's take a look at some of the other variants of GRIZZLOR that we have received over the years through Origins and, of course, Masters. Now, another thing I would like to point out about GRIZZLOR here. He's one of those very unique characters, especially in the Origins line, for us collectors. Because for the most part, he's been an exclusive figure. Whether it would be Mattel Creations or even a Target exclusive. Alright? Now, the first version of GRIZZLOR that we have to show you guys was part of that Horde 4-pack. I'm going to move him over. And so, let me get the camera, guys. So, the first variant I remember of GRIZZLOR in the Origins line was that exclusive Horde 4-pack right there. The dark skin tone variant right here. All right, so that's one exclusive right there, as we know. Then the second variant, or the more normal variant of GRIZZLOR that we've gotten over the years, was another Mattel Creations exclusive. And this the variant here, that's what I'm talking about, with the more realistic hair and look to him. He was so popular, in fact, this version of GRIZZLOR, if you remember, he was a made-to-order version, because he sold out so quickly. Mattel Creations gave us a second go-around with this figure. All right, and so I think along with Wondar, I believe, back in 2022, right here. So yeah, I mean, like another exclusive, which I do have right here. And this is what I'm talking about here. I mean, you got the realistic fur and the hair, the look of him, so much different in styles and looks right here from what we saw in the She-Ra cartoon right here to what we actually got in the retail Mattel universe, all right, for GRIZZLOR here. So it's very odd. It's very interesting, about looking these two variants of GRIZZLOR, over the years, from the more vintage version of Origins to now the cartoon collection version, right here. But this version is cool because it captures him beautifully in the Filmation cartoon, in the She-Ra cartoon, all right? I do remember him in that cartoon, all right? But there's something about that realistic hair or fur that, it makes it more realistic to me, right here. So in a way, we're getting somewhat of a hairless variant of him, somewhat, all right? Now, there's one more exclusive that we need to talk about here, and it's a more recent one, and that version also was hairless as well, and it was part of the Sketchbook series version right here, which is a Target exclusive version of him. And look at the different styles here. Look what at one point this was a version of GRIZZLOR that Mattel and Master of the Universe and Filmation and was considering making him this version here. It looks so much different. All right, this one looks like a woolly mammoth right here with the tusk and the look, and the big giant. Let me get the camera here, guys. With the big giant looking like Terraclaw arms right here. Look at that. So at one point, like I said, this was considered to be GRIZZLOR, right? Then we got Filmation version, the figure that we would finally see on the Filmation cartoon, to what we would get in the retail universe, which would be this version right here. So you basically got like a timeline of GRIZZLOR here, from his first consideration to what we saw in Filmation right here to what we saw in stores, in a way. It's so crazy. And every version, is GRIZZLOR, as we know. So cool. I love that. I absolutely love it. And it's very, like I said, it's very interesting. It's very interesting that we, that for the most part, GRIZZLOR has been an exclusive figure in the Origins life here. All right, let me know what you think about that. So there is the kind of like a timeline, like I said, of all versions of GRIZZLOR that we have received in the Origins line. But we're not done yet, because there's one more version of GRIZZLOR that we need to look at. And for me personally, and I'm definitely going to do a Masterverse versus Origins GRIZZLOR video here. But right now, this version of GRIZZLOR is my favorite here. It's the Masterverse version right here of him. Because they captured him looking like they captured him beautifully in the Filmation style look to him with the face sculpt. Then you have the more realistic hair and fur that the vintage line had, or even the Origins line as well. But still, I mean, it's like a best of both worlds here. With the head sculpt, with the realistic fur, you got the crossbow, you have the battle axe as well with the big giant horde symbol here. Everything about this version of GRIZZLOR is amazing. So, I mean, we might do a deeper dive in a future video on both versions of, this variant. Maybe against this variant or this variant. I don't know. But to me personally, this version of GRIZZLOR is my favorite variant of him. Like I said, it captures the Filmation variant of him and the more retailed version of him. all right, through Masterverse here. Now on with this guy. Let's take a look. Oops. Let's take a look a little bit closer of the cartoon collection version. All right. Now, once again, guys, you know, Mattel and the cartoon collection has done an amazing job, like I said earlier, about capturing the overall look of GRIZZLOR in every figure so far that we have received in the cartoon collection or slash Filmation style figures here. All right. And GRIZZLOR is no exception here, all right? From the face sculpt to the look to him, beautifully. All right, once again, sorry guys for the shaky cam. Got the head sculpt there. You got the beautiful horde bat symbol right there. Got the cartoon collection. You got in the mirror too, guys. It's very shiny. It does have a very shine to it, and you can actually see your reflection in it very nicely. So I like that. And of course, all Origins figures, right? You can mix and match. You can pop the head off. You can pop it through the arms, through the waist. And you can mix and match, of course. And if you wish to come up with your own version of GRIZZLOR, you can do that. You know, you can take the head sculpt of this version of GRIZZLOR, as you know, and put it on the body of this version here. You know, blending these two amazing versions of this incredible character. Now, of course, the skin tone is a little different, but it's still, you know, it's all about creativity. It's about customization, and you guys can come up with some amazing figures here. And same thing with this version as well. So amazing, absolutely incredible, guys. Very cool. I cannot wait to get a second go around with all these figures with Wave 25. To unbox with you guys. So please, you know, come back. I do hope, and I'm sorry that I don't have a second variant of these versions to unbox with you guys. But there should be coming very soon, guys. But there you go, everybody. There's a quick look at the Filmation or cartoon collection version of GRIZZLOR here. I usually call him Hairy He-Man, but in a way he's not. I mean, not hairy. So of GRIZZLOR here, the hairy. I like the title, Hairy Henchman of the Evil Horde. Now the title is very interesting because in a way, yes, he is. But I don't know, when I think of the Hairy He-Man or the Hairy Henchman, I always think of this version because you actually have the realistic hair type of figure here, which this figure does not have. But it's his title, regardless if it has hair or not. All right. But a fun character, a cool character as well. The look looks amazing. So let me know also, too, everybody, out of all these variants of GRIZZLOR I have in my collection, and you can pick from any of this amazing line, from the Classics line, all right? Which version of GRIZZLOR do you prefer, all right? Or because I got to bring out, and of course we have that darker variant, which I really wish that, you know, Mattel would, you know, give us a second go-around to that darker variant of GRIZZLOR here in a single carded form. For us collectors there. Because this is the only way you can get this version of him. Is through that Horde 4-pack right here, guys. Sorry, I know my camera's kind of back there, guys. But I'm sorry. This version right here I'm talking about right here. I wish Mattel would give us some sort of way for us collectors who love this line, you know, another go-around, like I said, in single carded form. Alright, of this amazing version of GRIZZLOR. Alright guys, I'd like to take time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, doing these reviews with you guys. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, alright? And of course, we'll be heading back once again for the final figure of Wave 25 to do a review of Orko from this line. Alright, so I do hope you join me for that. So, I hope everybody has a great Sunday, and I'll see everybody on Monday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.